Back in 1968, when Jimmy Page signed the contract for Led Zeppelin with Atlantic Records, the contract wasn't actually between Led Zeppelin, the band, and Atlantic Records. It was between Atlantic and a company owned by Jimmy Page named Super Hype Tapes Limited. And in this contract, there were stipulations that might surprise Led Zeppelin fans, and I'm going to tell you what they are in just a minute. But before I do that, I'd like to remind you to like and subscribe to the channel. I upload new content basically every day, and we have a lot of interesting discussions and polls going over in the community section of the channel. And right now we're on a subscriber drive to get to 700 subscribers. I think we only need about 20 or so you can be one of the lucky 20 to help us push up to 700. All right, now back to the issue of Jimmy Page's contract with Atlantic Records. The article that I recently came across, which was published at Louder, says that one of the clauses that was in the contract said that Jimmy Page was the exclusive leader of the band and, quote, might engage the services of other persons in substitution for the present members of the Led Zeppelin, unquote. It also says, quote, in all events, James Page shall be a member of and the leader of the Led Zeppelin, unquote. It also states that, quote, any person or persons whose services are terminated shall not use the name the Led Zeppelin in any commercial or artistic endeavors, unquote. So basically, this contract gives Jimmy Page ironclad control over the entire band. I want to play something that Robert Plant said when he was asked by Charlie Rose whether or not there was one of the members who was actually the leader of the band. And here's that little bit.
Was there first among equals?
Well, Jimmy was in charge with the crafting initially and with the nous, the understanding and all that. And Bonzo and I were really just couldn't believe it. He got the extra money for driving the van, and I got some penicillin. Yeah. And we were feeling pretty good about all that stuff, and going back and telling all those people who kept crossing the road to avoid us that, something was going on.
So I think what you can take away from those comments is that Plant and Bonham and John Paul Jones as well were originally hired on back in 1968 as hired guns. Jimmy Page also paid for the studio time that went for recording Led Zeppelin 1, and I believe that Jimmy Page and Peter Grant collectively paid for a lot of the first American tour of Led Zeppelin. So the other members were basically just hired guns that could have been let go at any time by Page. It goes against the image of Led Zeppelin as being a band of 4 equal members, with Page as the creative director, and squarely makes the band Jimmy Page's vehicle, at least at the beginning. Putting all of his reputation, his time, his money, and all of his artistic energy into this project, which at the time the other members would have only felt was another musical opportunity, another gig coming their way. And for Page, instead, it was sort of an all or nothing roll of the dice. And we know that it worked out really well for him, but it shows an amazing amount of courage and sort of gambler's confidence to have done what he did in signing a contract that not only gives him the power over the band, but makes him responsible for everything that the band does. So had they flopped, it wouldn't have been due to the guys he hired in the band, it would have been due to Jimmy Page himself. These are some of the thoughts that I have on this very interesting recent revelation of the original Led Zeppelin contract, but what really matters is what you think. So if you have an idea on this or any other topic connected to classic or contemporary music, please drop it in the section below, and remember to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot.